Good afternoon. George Cavaligos for Naked Trader. Interesting times we live in, aren't they? A lot of headline risks today, and obviously the markets are trading off of that. We had a little bit of a dip on the CPI data this morning in the market. It was obviously a lot worse. The Fed's doing their job. Inflation's perking up. Maybe a little bit better than they wanted, but we'll worry about that later. We're certainly not worrying about inflation at this point. Obviously, Japan is the headlines, and nuclear problems continue, and that's going to probably continue through the weekend here. Tomorrow we get the PPI data, and I got to imagine that's not going to be, no, take that back. Today was the PPI, tomorrow's CPI. That probably will be a little bit better in the PPI data, but not much. And there's still this underlying inflationary aspect. Some of the commodities were up today. I think the heat up in the Middle East drove crude oil a bit higher. Ended up $1 and some change today, $1.50. Metals were up small, not much considering the amount of shakiness in the world at this point. The credit markets were up after the little dip we saw in the CPI data, and they're probably going to be bid through the weekend here, would be my guess right now. Looked at some levels. I'm going to send out the daily continuation chart. Some people talking about a head and shoulders bottom there. I think if you look at the continuation chart on some of the contracts, you can see a bit of it there. One of my friends said projects up to like 123.14 on the bonds. The market's bid. We're going to go higher. You want to be buying dips and selling new highs in this environment. And I think you want to initiate from the long side more so than the short side, even though it's kind of tough. But again, like we spoke about yesterday, the underlying positions, we've been continuing to cover shorts as the markets are rallying here, and I don't think the markets are very long yet. We might have to wait until we have a more long base in the market before we can start initiating on the short side here. I'll send out some levels here on the email. Again, I got a couple emails from people that want to get directly on the distribution list. You'll get this stuff a little bit quicker in terms of the emails. It's hard to get all the support resistance levels up on these chats that we're doing on the webcasts. That's it, guys. Stay safe, and as Tony says, mind your eye, I guess. But be careful. Make sure your positions are smaller in this environment. Good stops. Don't get stubborn. It can be a dangerous time to be stubborn here right now. We'll see you in a bit.